All right, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, and I know that everybody's super happy about that. But hopefully, you guys have worked this week and realized that you don't want to just enjoy Fridays and Saturdays. You want to enjoy every day. So, making breathing room would be a way to help you enjoy your entire week rather than just 2 days out of the week, which only it seems like it goes like that fast, right? So, let's get into it. We are still talking about money. There is a little pie chart and percentage thing in there, but there's like two questions that I can ask you guys. The other stuff is something that you got to do at home, but I'm going to show you the pages. Okay. All right. So let's get to this verse because it is pretty long. And it says, it's coming from Luke 12:15-21. Then the people, he said, be careful to guard against all forms of greed, because even if someone is rich, his life does not consist in what he owns. And he gave them this illustration. There was a man whose land was very productive. He debated with himself, what should I do? I haven't enough room for all my crops. Ooh. Then he said, this is what I will do. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones, and I'll store all my wheat and other goods there. Then I'll say to myself, you are a lucky man. You have a big supply of goods laid up that will last many years. Start taking it easy. Eat, drink, enjoy yourself. But God said to him, you fool, this very night you will die, and the things you prepared, whose will they be? That's how it is with anyone who stores up wealth for himself without being rich towards God. Dang, that's rough. That is rough. Okay. So let's see what she had to say in the journal part. One day, as Jesus was teaching a huge crowd, an argument broke out. One brother accused another of being greedy and not sharing his inheritance. Because Jesus was the master of seizing teachable moments, he decided to use a parable to communicate a lesson on greed. He lays the groundwork for his point by telling the story of a rich man who had an incredible harvest. But the rich man ran into a little problem. His crop was so plentiful that he didn't have room to store it all. So he solved his problem by building bigger barns, choosing to stockpile rather than to share. That taken care of, he patted himself on the back and planned to kick back, relax, and enjoy luxurious living. It didn't end well. The farmer in Jesus' parable made the same mistake you and I are likely to make when it comes to having more than what we need. We assume we should consume it all. Here's something I know about you. You live on a percentage of your income. And if you haven't stopped to pick one, culture has picked one for you. Maybe even convincing you to spend beyond 100% of what is coming in. But in today's parable, God refutes the assumption that it's all for our consumption. We're not supposed to just spend and save. We're supposed to be stewards. Having financial breathing room means living on a percentage of your income that leaves you with a surplus. This creates an opportunity to partner with or be rich towards God, but only if you're willing to limit your lifestyle and embrace the ideal that life consists of far more than the abundance of our possessions. How awesome, how awesome to begin thinking now about how to maximize the potential of our extra for God's kingdom, not ours. That's the very best thing, best kind of breathing room. That's the very best kind of breathing room. So, all right, that's a lot to take in. So, day 2 activity says percentage lever. And I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can get it. I can't see. So we're starting with this side right here. Wait, there you go. Sorry, guys. And it says perhaps you've heard of being a percentage giver, committing to a share of your specific percentage of your income rather than a fixed dollar amount, like giving tithes or something like that. That's what I'm gonna correlate it with. What about also being a percentage leaver? Let's start by looking at how you're currently spending your money. Write down the percentage of your income that currently goes to each of these categories. And I'm going to tell you the categories so that when you get home or you get to work or wherever you're going, you can write down. So category 1 is money I live on. Category 2 is money I save. Category 3 is money I give away. And I have to actually do this. And I think I could do it right out, really. Right now, I am at 50%. And then I'm about 30% on the saving and about 20% on the giving. So eventually I'm hoping that the money I live on is at like 20%. The money that I save is like 50%, and the money I give away is 30%. That is the ideal for me, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I calculated that right. 20. Yes, I gotta be yeah. So I want to be able to give away 30% of what God has given me steward over, like helping to fund different programs and projects and stuff like that, which I do help some, but I'm not quite sure. And then sometimes I give to actual people, so I'm not quite sure. I gotta look that up and make sure that it's probably more than 20, but I don't know. I have to really look into that. So the next part, it says divide this pie chart into give, save, live sections according to the percentage that you calculated. So there's a little pie chart. Okay. Now let's get to the questions that we could possibly ask without all of these things. But I think it's still going to ask something that has to do with these pie charts. So let's see. Okay. All right. So it says, what are your thoughts and feelings as you look at your completed chart? What if you were showing it to someone else? So I guess the question is, like, if you don't have any money to give away, really, like, how does that make you feel? Like, are you literally living paycheck to paycheck? And I've been there. And it really isn't fun to work a job or multiple jobs and not have anything to really show for it and still have bills and kids to take care of. There's somewhere in your finances that you're not managing money very well. It's a harsh reality, I think. Sorry, I keep burping, but it's a harsh reality because it's something that we don't want to admit. We like to put ourselves in situations and then say, God, please take us out, right? And so we've got to have this reality that some of the responsibility, a lot of the responsibility is on us because He gives us free will, right? So, like for instance, I see this a lot, which I mean, people need like stuff and everything, but every time I see somebody purchase a new car, and I know that they got a loan, and the loan is probably like it's 5 years, 6 years. That is 5 years and 6 years of debt that you'll be paying. You know, the car may be beautiful and everything, but you're going to be working to pay the car. So I seen something where it was like however many hours it takes for you to get the money to pay that. That's how many hours you have to work. And it was a great breakdown because you got to realize that whatever things that you decide to purchase on credit are things that you're going to have to pay for over time. If you're able to save money, like hold out, save money, and purchase a car that's used, do that. But there's other options, and I know a new shiny car that nobody's drove is just absolutely amazing. But you just putting yourself under stress. You know what I'm saying? Always remember this verse: "Oh no, man, nothing but to love them." That is the goal. Okay. And then the next thing that says, it says, "The save and give pieces of your financial pie are where you find your breathing room." So what changes, if any, would you like to make? Would you like to make to the way you allocate? What changes would you like to make to the way you allocate your money? And I just talked about that. So this is more of an activity that you guys got to do at home. Break it down and have a real reality with yourself. So the first page said, money I live on, money I save, money I give away. Break that down into 100% to see where your money is going. Be honest with yourself, because if you're not, you won't change. Second part says to break it down a pie chart, break it into the 3 sections so that you can actually see it at a bigger picture, and then determine how you find the breathing room in your finances. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be working your whole life and always wondering why you're struggling. And that's not what God wants for you. You have to be responsible. So we are about 15 minutes in, and we will have another guest. I hope that you guys watched the one with Charlize in regards to financing. I feel like it was a good way to kick off this section. We started with debt and discipline, and a lot of this has to do with discipline. So if you guys have any questions, if you want me to, I'll probably drop it in the chat, the sections, just so that you guys have the instructions, because I think you really need to do it. Okay? I really, really love you guys, and I thank you for watching. Hopefully you are taking the advice and realizing that breathing room is a necessary part of life that God wants you to have. Have a blessed day, and remember to bless others along the way. I love you guys. And let me go out of here. Oh, just a reminder, Sunday through Thursday, 5:30 a.m. Friday and Saturday, 6:30 a.m. I think that I want extra sleep, but I was up at like 4, so I should have been on here at 5:30. I think God is trying to tell me just to keep it 5:30. But let me do one more week of doing what I think I need to do, and then I'll see if I really just need to go ahead and do it at 5:30 every day for real. Because I think that I'm being disobedient right now by doing Fridays and Saturdays at 6:30 because I was wide awake at 4. So, oh gosh, man, obedience is key, you guys. Discipline is everything. God is going to be like, oh, so you thought you was going to do 6:30? I'm going to wake you up at 4. Oh, relationship, because then you'll know when you're getting chastised. I really love you guys. Make sure you drink your coffee, but don't forget to be a blessing along the way. If you see somebody needing something and there's little $5 over here, just give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And walk away. You don't know what you've done for that person. Sometimes it's good to just give somebody some gas. Sometimes you don't even know. You don't know what that would do for a person. You honestly don't know what that person was praying for before they pulled up. You don't know. And if you get that unction to do something, do it. Do it. Paying tithes at your church is not enough. It's not enough. There are people out here that don't go to your church. They don't, and they're suffering, and they are praying in their cars, God, please let somebody just help me. And you could be that help. And just imagine if you did it, He's going to bless you more for that because you are obedient. You heard His voice and you listen. So that's the thing. You got to listen. Stop saying, I paid my tithes and that's enough. No, you guys get those unctions when you see somebody and you're like, God, why do you want me to give them $20? Because they could have been praying for it and you were the answer prayer. He wanted to use you as the vessel to bless somebody else so that they knew that God is real. They were one step closer to salvation. See, I done got onto a preacher. One step closer to salvation. Now He got to use somebody else and you done missed your blessing. I'm getting off of here. I'm getting mad. All right, I love you guys. Bye.
Love just Jay's butter. It's really good on your hair.
My favorite has got to be the Peppermint Mist leave-in conditioner. It's so soothing to your scalp. I've had dry, itchy scalp, and I tell you, it's amazing.
My favorite product with Jay's Butter is the natural flaxseed elixir, especially on the hair that's not mine.
Y'all know what? I really love Jay's butter. I love Jay's butter.